Ronaldo News Now. Saudi Super Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo's red card sends Al Nassr packing. In a tense Saudi Super Cup semi-final match in Abu Dhabi on Monday, Al Hilal defeated Al Nassr 2-1, with captain Cristiano Ronaldo receiving a red card late in the game. In the 92nd minute, with his team down 2-0, Portugal's record scorer was sent off for a straight red card for elbowing an opponent. They managed to score a late consolation goal. Watch La Liga, Bundesliga, and more on ESPN+, US. The video showed Ronaldo, 39, raising his hand in a striking motion after receiving his red card, as the referee moved away from him. The loss in the Super Cup increases the likelihood that Ronaldo will go trophyless since moving to Saudi Arabia for a cool $1 million at the start of 2023. Al Hilal are 12 points clear of second-place Al Nassr with 7 games remaining in the regular season, and Al Nassr has already missed out on the Asian Champions League and the local cup. After a swift break, Serge Milinkovic-Savic set up Jorge Jesus Al Hilal for the opening goal in the 62nd minute through a pass from Salem Al-Dawsari, who calmly placed the ball into the bottom right corner. In the 72nd minute, Malcolm, a Brazilian striker, doubled the advantage with a beautiful header. His countryman Michael had sent a long cross from the right side of the field, and Malcolm was unmarked in the center of the box. In the 94th minute, Al Nassr scored a goal thanks to an assist from Abdulrahman Garib by Sadio Mane, a former Liverpool forward. After defeating Al Wahda 2-1 in Monday's earlier semi-final, Karim Benzema's Al Ittihad will meet Al Hilal in Thursday's final, where the former will try to extend their record to 4 titles. For this piece, we consulted Reuters, Arsenal, who have not advanced to the semi-finals of the Champions League in 15 years, are not youngsters anymore, according to Gabriel Jesus, who has warned Bayern Munich of this fact. The Gunners haven't been this far in the tournament since 2010, when they lost 3 times to Tuesday's Bundesliga opponents and 7 times in a row in the round of 16. On Tuesday, Arsenal will play Bayern in the opening leg of the quarterfinals at Emirates Stadium. Watch La Liga, Bundesliga, and more on ESPN+, US. After 5 years in the Europa League, Arsenal made a triumphant return to the Champions League this season. They could be considered favourites going into the match against Bayern, who are currently top of the Premier League with 7 games remaining. On the other hand, Thomas Tuchel's Bayern team is almost certainly going to miss out on the Bundesliga title since 2012. Jesus, who won 4 league titles and advanced to the Champions League final with Manchester City in 2021, is one of the few Arsenal players with experience at the highest level. However, he thinks Mikel Arteta's youthful team is prepared to go forward. While it's beneficial to visit the facility from time to time to address the younger players, Jesus made it clear that he was both a player and someone who would readily answer their questions. "I don't think we're kids anymore, but if I notice anything I can tell them to help them, I will." It seems like everyone is prepared to lend a hand to Arsenal after playing on the greatest platform in football, the World Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League, to name a few. I think we have more faith in one another when we work together. Until January of last year, we had a fantastic start to the season. Following that, we had several difficulties. Quite the contrary has been true this season. It would be a fantastic season if we could combine this with the first half of last year's. Reality, nevertheless, is distinct. I believe that now that we have overcome this, we are more prepared, self-assured, and mature. With 38 goals and 37 appearances in all competitions since joining the German Giants from Tottenham last summer in a deal for up to €120 million, $130.1 million, Bayern still possess a deadly Harry Kane. "Harry Kane's quality is known by everyone," Jesus remarked. "To me, there is no better finisher in the world than him." So, playing against players like these is obviously a lot of fun. Our goal is to silence him throughout the game so that we can focus on winning. Furthermore, it's not just Harry Kane, but many other players as well, like my old friend Leroy Sane, Jamal Musiala, Kingsley Coman, Thomas Muller, Serge Gnabry, and many more. That's quite a bit. Their players are of high caliber. What makes Kane the greatest finisher in the world is hard to put into words. Perhaps he can tell you, but I'm not sure I can. Personally, I think he can finish with either his left or right foot, or even his head. Whenever I've been in Europe, he's been one of the top finishers, and right now he's the best in the world. Falling 16 points behind undefeated Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern have lost 6 league games this season and have already announced Thomas Tuchel's departure at the end of the season. Arteta responded, "From my side no," when asked if their personal problems had any bearing on their Champions League match. Furthermore, we are powerless to do anything about it. No matter who we're playing, we always hope for the best. No matter who we face, Bayern, Brighton last week, or Villa next week, you can always count on them to play at their highest level and beat us.